All right, so I'm gonna show you how to make a roasted chicken. There are lots and lots of ways to do it. We're gonna use the crock pot today because it's easy and it doesn't require a lot of energy versus using the oven to heat up the whole house. I have put some foil balls in the crock pot here to lift the chicken up so that as it cooks, all of the juices and things slide down and your chicken isn't sitting in it for a long period of time. I'm going to make a rub for the chicken, and this is just a simple rub that I don't have a specific recipe for. I just throw a bunch of stuff together. So come on over and we'll make this rub. I'm going to be using some paprika, and I use the paprika pretty liberally. Half of a thing of paprika here, so pretty liberal. A little paprika goes a long way, but maybe like a third or a half of the bottle I'm gonna put in there. And so I'm gonna put that in there. And then some liberal amounts of sea salt. So this helps drive the moisture in so the chicken is nice and moist. So there's some sea salt. And I'm gonna put in a little bit of white pepper, a little bit of ground mustard, and then I'd like to put in more rosemary because it has some good antiviral properties, but this is all we have left. And the supplies at the stores right now during the coronavirus pandemic are pretty low. So we haven't been able to get any more rosemary. I do have some thyme, and while it's not my favorite flavor, it may have more antiviral properties than the rosemary. So I'm going to put some thyme in there, fair amount. And I would have liked to have put more rosemary in there, but unfortunately at this point I can't. So we're just gonna work with what we have. So then I mix these things all up, and that's plenty to cover the whole chicken inside and out with reasonable proportions. I could probably put a little more salt in there if I wanted to, but I don't think I have to, so we'll start with that. So I've washed the bird. Some experts will tell you not to wash the bird because you run the risk of contaminating the sink and the sink area, but I always wash the bird and then clean it afterwards. And I'm just gonna take this rub and I'm gonna put it on the chicken and rub it around and get all the little grooves and crevices in here and spread that rub all over the chicken. So if you were watching the congee recipe that I put out before, the reason that the congee was so orange was because it had paprika. And I'm gonna get the breast of the chicken, and I'm just doing this over the crock pot, so anything that falls into the crock pot, that's fine. Not a big deal. I took the giblets out, and I usually boil those and give them to the pets, though not the neck bone if there's a neck bone in there, because that's a hazard for your pets. And then I'm gonna put it breast side down, put the last little bit of herbs and spices on there. And as you can see, it's not probably the full-on Julia Child's rub down, but it's good enough. And I'm gonna wash my hands before I proceed. So we're gonna put the chicken in the crock pot with the breast side down, and we're gonna cook it in the crock pot on high for 4 hours. And you could do it on low if you wanted to for 6 to 8 hours, or if you're short on time, you can make it all and put it in the oven for 2.5 hours, or until the chicken's done. And now it's been 4 hours and our chicken should be done. You know when it's done when the juice runs clear, so there's no pink in there, and that looks like a really nice, well done bird. So we're gonna take this out, let it cool on the cookie sheet, and then cut it up. And then we'll use the leftover bones and bits of the chicken to make bone broth in the next video.